What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm building a little Mediterranean inspired home in Oasis Springs. I really felt like building something Mediterranean inspired at least because it's been a while since I've done that and I always really enjoy it so much, especially here in the world of Oasis Springs. So I figured why not build a little Mediterranean inspired family home. So this is a family home. It is very, very small. It only has 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Everything is very cramped. So I think this house is nice and playable for up to 3 Sims total. And then specifically like 2 adults and 1 kid is what I furnished it for. So 2 parents and a child is what I furnished it for. And I think that would work very, very nicely. The house is very cramped. So I did have to make a couple of changes when I was playtesting the build, but only in the bedroom, only in the master bedroom. I had to shuffle some things around and then it all worked. But yeah, the house is very small and everything is kind of cramped. But yeah, you can really see it come together. It's just a small little bungalow. It's a very, very small house. I'm building it on this 20 by 15 lot in Oasis Springs. I always love this lot. I just think that this little lot is so cute and it's very small, and I don't know, every once in a while I just really enjoy building in the desert. So that's what I'm doing today. By the way, there is construction going on next door, which is very, very unfortunate because today is literally the only day this week that I'm able to record. So I had a bunch of videos planned. I was also gonna record a new episode of my short lifespan legacy challenge and stuff like that, but I don't think I can. There's too much noise going on right now. They're quiet for now. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sit down and try and see if I can get this voiceover done. This video is not too long. So I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna go and try and see if I can get it done. And I think they're like taking a break or something right now, which is nice. So I took the opportunity to sit down and record quickly. So I hope they're gonna be quiet for a little bit longer. I'm not sure though, but yeah, if they're gonna start construction again, then I might have to pause the voiceover or just do it again some other time, maybe Sunday, I don't know. But it's very unfortunate because usually I have more days during the week to work on videos. But this week I just don't have time. Today is literally the only day because I just started my new job and it's fun. I like my new job. I specifically really like my coworkers. They're very nice. So yeah, I have been kind of busy with that. And yeah, beside that, I'm also working on like theater stuff. And I don't know, for some reason, this week is just completely full. It's planned full. There is nothing I can do about it. This is literally the only day I have time to record. I mean, I can record on Sunday too. Sunday is my day off and I would be able to record, except I don't really like to record when my boyfriend is home. It just feels a little bit awkward to me. I mean, it's not awkward. He knows what I'm doing. He helps me with my channel. He literally helps me editing, stuff like that. He works on my channel with me. He helps me with this. He watches my videos. But for some reason, I just feel a little bit awkward to record when he's home. But yeah, I might have to this week. I don't know. Sadly, I think there's gonna be a little bit less videos up this week as well as next week. But yeah, I think that's I can't really do anything about it. It's just how it is for now. So I apologize for that. And I probably also won't be able to get a new episode of my legacy challenge up this week, which is very, very unfortunate. I just don't think I can. I mean, maybe after this voiceover, I'll still be able to record, but I'm just not so sure. So if I can't, then I'm sorry, there's not gonna be a legacy challenge episode. I don't even know if you watch those, but if you do watch them, then I'm so sorry about that. But yeah, this is just a little rant, just rambling about the construction next door and stuff like that. But you can really see the house come together. It's very Mediterranean inspired, and as you can see, I'm also using some new plants from the Blooming Rooms kit, and I love those plants so much. At first, I was thinking of placing this plant curtain around the archway that leads to the front door. I later on decided to delete it and place it around the back door instead, because as much as I like it around the archway in the front of the house, I don't know, it was a little bit too full and just a little bit too cluttery and too messy in my opinion. I really wanted to keep the front of the house a little bit more clean, if that makes sense. So I decided to just delete it and place it around the back door instead. And I think it looks very, very cute there. I really like the backyard for this house. It's very small. I did decide to include a pool, however, because I always like to do that in Oasis Springs. I mean, it's the desert. It's gonna be hot here year round, pretty much. And your Sims just really deserve a pool when they live here, which is also why this house isn't starter home budget. At first, I was really, really trying to keep it starter home budget. I thought that this house would be perfect as a little starter home. It has 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It would just be the perfect little starter home. But then I decided against it because I had already placed a pool and I totally didn't realize how expensive pools are. They're so expensive to place, which is probably also the reason why most of the starter homes in The Sims 4 don't have pools. Now I know why. They're wildly expensive. But I really, really wanted to include a pool for this backyard. So that's what I decided to do. And that's also when I decided to not keep a starter home budget. Plus, I really, really wanted to go a little bit crazy with plants. I really wanted to use the new plants from the kit all throughout this house. So yeah, that's why it's not starter home budget, unfortunately. But I do think that this house could be a really fun second home for your family if you're not playing with money cheats. I think this house comes in at just about, I don't know, just over like 50,000 or something like that. So it's quite expensive for how small it is. But still, I mean, I think it could be a very cute like second family home if you're already, if your Sim is like married and they have a kid or something like that. By the way, if you can hear noise, I can hear the construction workers outside. So I'm so sorry. I apologize if you hear some like background noise. They're doing stuff outside right now. At least they're not like drilling, which is what they've been doing all day today. But for now, they seem to be done with the drilling and now they're just very noisy. I don't know, they're just cleaning up stuff or something. I'm not sure, but they're very noisy. So I apologize if you hear it and if it's very annoying. I will just edit this video and see if I have to do the voiceover all over again. I really hope not though, because I really want to get this video done so that I have at least one more video to upload this week. That would be so nice. But yeah, it's just what it is. I can't really do anything about it. Anyway, you can see that we have started on the interior for this house, and I was really enjoying using the very dark wood tones in here. I really wanted to try and keep it Mediterranean inspired, so I'm using this little love seat and the chair from Base Game, and I'm loving these swatches. I don't think I have ever used this dark brown wooden swatch with the green and blue pillows. I've never used them before, I don't think, but I think they're so cute and I was totally enjoying them for this house as a little bit of, just a little splash of color, if you will. Because overall this house is not too colorful, but it does have some fun accent colors throughout the house. For example, in the kitchen, I placed a dining table with a couple of chairs, and the chairs are bright yellow. So I thought that that was a really fun little accent color. And so, yeah, I don't know, I've just played around with colors, like little accent colors here and there throughout this house, and I think it turned out very cute. But you can see that this house is very, very small. We do have a nice little entryway. I thought that would make sense, and I also really wanted to repeat this archway from Jungle Adventure that I placed on the outside of the house, on the exterior of the house. I kind of wanted to repeat it indoors as well because I just thought that that was such a cute, like a fun little statement piece that really gives the house its character. So I really wanted to repeat it indoors. So that's why I decided to close off a little entryway and then use that archway again. And I just think it looks so cute in there. Jungle Adventure comes with a lot of fun items that you can use for Mediterranean inspired builds. I mean, obviously because Selva Dorada is also kind of, well, not necessarily Mediterranean, but it does have that vibe. Like it does have a lot of items that you can use in Oasis Springs as well, if you're building like in the Mediterranean style, because Oasis Springs obviously comes with both Mediterranean and mid-century modern style homes. Those two styles are kind of, I don't know, what the world comes with by default, I guess. Obviously you could build anything here, it really doesn't matter. But I really like to stick to Mediterranean or mid-century modern builds for this world. It just fits so nicely in here. But yeah, for the kitchen, I was struggling around with the layout for the longest time because the kitchen is quite small. It's nicely sized for just a kitchen, but if you also want to use it as a dining room and you want to have at least 3 chairs around the dining table, like that's just going to be a little bit cramped in here. So I was fiddling around with the layout in here for the longest time. And then in the end, I figured it out and I think it just turned out so cozy. I love this kitchen. This is one of my favorite kitchens that I've built in quite a while, I think. I'm not quite sure why. It's a little bit different. It's cozy. I use this little round dining table. It's very, very small, but I just really enjoy it. I don't know. It's just very cute, and I just love the placement of the fridge. And then later on, I placed one of the tall cabinets next to the fridge. So the fridge is kind of like tucked away in that little area. You'll see that a little bit later on, but I just always really enjoy using the tall cabinets whenever I have the chance to. And I'm just using this base game or these base game countertops. And I love these countertops. It's been a while since I've used them, but I just really love these countertops. Though I wish that they would have recolored these ones as well. When we had that massive base game update with all the new swatches for a lot of base game objects, I really wish they would have added some more swatches to this countertop as well, because this counter is just such a nice item that you can use for a lot of different types of homes. So I always really love using these counters, but the swatches don't always work. I mean, they definitely work for a bit like more of a traditional style house like this, then these swatches will work, but they don't always work for everything that you want to build. The swatches are just sometimes a little bit awkward and just, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. I just wish they would have recolored these countertops as well. That would have made me so happy, but sadly they did not. I mean, maybe in the future, I'm not quite sure, but it would be really fun. But yeah, you can see that I'm just cluttering up the kitchen, and I loved placing that hanging plant from the kit in the corner. I just think it's so cute. And then I just placed a little rug on the floor by the sink and a little bin in the corner. I was a little bit worried about if the bin would be usable, but when I was playtesting the house, my sim actually used the bin. So the bin is usable, which is very nice, and so are all of the chairs around the table. I playtested those as well. However, the other day, this is about a different house, but the other day someone messaged me on, I think it was Instagram, or maybe it was in the comments, I'm not quite sure, but they downloaded one of my houses and they were saying how their Sims weren't able to go upstairs, which is very weird because I always playtest my houses and I always make sure that they're playable. Obviously, I'm human. Sometimes I just forget to playtest something. That happens. But for this house, I knew for sure that I actually playtested the staircase and stuff like that, and it worked for me. And then I playtested it again after I got that comment and it still worked for me. So I don't know, you always have to make sure to activate bb.move objects before you place down any of my builds, but I'm pretty sure that most of you guys are aware of that. But sometimes the game is just weird like that. Sometimes something will work for one player and then for a different player, it doesn't work. It's just broken. And that happens. The game sometimes is a little bit weird like that. Those things happen. It's just a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, for this house, at least I playtested everything and everything should function properly. But you can see that the parents' bedroom is very cramped. I didn't even have the space for a regular sized dresser. So I placed one of the dressers from Tiny Living in the corner. At first I placed it on a diagonal, but then when I was playtesting this house, that gave me a little bit of trouble. So I actually had to just place it in the normal way, if you will. I don't really know how else to explain it, but I'll show you in the little tour after the speed build portion of this video. But yeah, that little dresser is a little bit too modern to my liking compared to the rest of the furniture inside of this house. Like that dresser from Tiny Living is definitely a little bit too modern for my liking, but it was the only thing that would work in that bedroom. So I decided to go with it anyway, and it's fine. I like how it looks. It definitely complements the color scheme in there, so that's all fine. It all makes sense. But yeah, the whole style of the dresser is just a little bit too modern, but it's fine. And then for the kids' bedroom, I decided to include a desk with a computer in here as well, so that your Sims at least have a computer for gameplay purposes. I mean, I don't know if you would want to place a computer in a kid's bedroom, but it was the only place I had the space for it. So I decided to do it anyway. And then there are also a couple of toys in here. I placed a Blarfy and a toy box. So not too many toys inside the house, but then in the backyard, I actually placed one of those tents from Dream Home Decorator that kids and toddlers can play in. I placed one of those in the backyard. And then I also placed a dollhouse. So the kid definitely does have a couple of things to play with in and around this house. But yeah, if you wanted to place some more like skill building items like the science table or something like that, I'm sure you could find a place for it somewhere. But yeah, for aesthetics, I don't know, I couldn't really find a place to, or the space to place anything else. So, but yeah, I think there are at least enough toys for your child sim to not get bored and to have something to do at all times. Obviously, they can also just use the computer and play games there. I just wasn't necessarily thinking that the computer would be specifically for the kid. I just placed it there because that's the only way I had space for it. So that's what I did. But yeah, for the backyard, we do have a nice grill, and out here I also had the space for a bigger dining table. So there is a 4-seater dining table out here on the back porch. And then, like I said, I also placed a grill and then the outdoors bin, obviously. And as you can see, this is where I placed the curtain, like the plant curtain around the back door. I just think it looks so pretty. I love that item. I think it's so gorgeous. It's a little bit bulky and it definitely doesn't look good in every single home. But for a house in this style specifically, and then on the outside of the house, I don't know. I just think it works. I just think it looks very, very pretty. And then I also placed a nice seating area outside with a nice little love seat and a chair and a very small little coffee table. I just figured the Sims living here, I mean, they're probably going to spend a lot of their time outside because they live in the desert. The weather is probably going to be nice here pretty much every day. So I figured that they would need some stuff to be comfortable outside so that they can at least just hang out outside or have dinner or grill up some food or swim in the pool. As you can see, I placed a pool out here as well. Backyard is very, very cramped, as you can see. It's very, very small, but I did enjoy using up all of the space for this backyard. So I placed tiles pretty much all around except for this little makeshift sand pit, I guess. It's not really a sand pit, it's just an area where I didn't place tiles, basically. But for this backyard, it kind of looks like a sand pit. So that's where I placed that little tent that your kids can play in and a toy box. And then I also placed a floaty in the pool and just one lounge chair, sadly, because I only had space for one lounge chair. But that is actually it, so let's jump right into the game and I'll show you the house in real time. So here we have the house in the game. In my opinion, it just looks very cozy and very inviting. I love this little area where I just placed a hanging plant and just a standing plant. It's not really an area that your Sims can get to. As you can see, this is not a door, but I just really like this little balcony effect. It just adds a little bit of character to the house. But yeah, this is the facade of the house, and then when you walk around here, this is where the backyard is located, obviously. So I use a lot of these terracotta tiles. As you can see, I just think it looks very cozy and it definitely fits the whole style of this house. So we have a nice dining table out here, a nice living area, if you will. We have the pool back here, and then also a lounge chair, a yoga mat, and some toys for the kid. Then when we go inside, this is where the front door is located. And then we have this tiny little entryway. It's nothing special. It's just like a little end table with a mirror and a coat rack. And then I repeated this archway, as you can see, and it leads right into the living room. So the living room is very small, as you can see, but I think it's very cozy and kind of colorful in a way. It has subtle little accent colors here and there, which I really, really enjoy. I also made sure to place a bookcase so your Sims can use that as well. And then through this door, this is where the kitchen is located. And I just love this kitchen. I don't know why. It's very cramped and very small, but I just think it looks very cozy. So we have the fridge and the stove and the sink, and then over over here we have the very small little dining table with the yellow chairs. I just think that looks so cute. And then we have the bin in the corner, and this one is actually usable, so that's quite nice. Then over here next to the kitchen we have the kids bedroom slash study area, if you will. So yeah, it's quite simple. I didn't go too overboard with clutter and decorations, but it is nicely decorated. It does have a toy box and then a Blarfy next to the wardrobe over here, and also a computer, as you can see. Then over here we have the parents' bedroom. I love the color scheme in here for some reason. I love the bedding combined with this wallpaper. I just think it looks so cozy. So we have the bed with a nice painting over it and a couple of decorations. And then back here we have the very tiny little dresser from Tiny Living. This was the only dresser I had space for in this bedroom, sadly, but I do think it looks very cute and it goes very nicely with the color scheme. So that's a win, I guess. And then over here we have the bathroom. So the bathroom is super simple. We just have a shower tub combination, a toilet and a sink. And ever since we got the new kit with this little plant, I've been obsessed with placing this tiny little plant on toilets. I don't know why, but I just think it looks so cute on a toilet. But that's actually it for this build. So this cozy Mediterranean home is up on the gallery and it comes in at just over 55,000 simoleons. So it's a little bit more expensive than I thought it was, but for a second home for your Sims and for their family, I just think it could be perfect. It's just a cute little 2-bedroom house, and it may be a little bit expensive for what it is, but I don't really care, to be honest. I just think it's very cute. But that's actually it for this video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this build off the gallery. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!